You guys remember a while ago the whole Yolo phase? Wow, that was embarrassing. I'm so glad that the idea that we only live once and can live however we want to because there are no consequences is so 10 years ago, isn't it? Hey guys, it's Aaron back with another Stint Take. I'm sure you all remember the times where we thought it was funny to say YOLO right before a crazy decision like downing a whole bottle of hot sauce or a spoonful of cinnamon, or making that senseless purchase of a $1,000 Star Wars Lego replica, or even more potentially deadly choices like messing around with drugs or alcohol. Whatever the case, the trend died off for sure, but the mentality definitely hasn't. People are still living by the mindset that it's okay to live today's life without a care for anything or anyone because there's no long-term impact. So the real question is, as Christians, should we have a YOLO mentality? Let's see what Scripture says. Hebrews 9:27 tells us that after we die, we will stand before God in judgment. And Galatians 6:8 says, those who live only to satisfy their sinful nature will harvest decay and death from that sinful nature. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. With those two verses alone, we can see that living a life that is only making ourselves happy in the moment with a deadly stunt or some sinful event, or just wanting to experience the things of this world, we're not putting ourselves in a good position to stand before God when we die. King Solomon talks about being wise a lot in the Proverbs. In 15:24, he says, the path of life leads upward for the wise, they leave the grave behind. 10:23 says, doing wrong is fun for a fool, but living wisely brings pleasure to the sensible. And 14:16 says, the wise are cautious and avoid danger, fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Guys, even think about Joseph in the book of Genesis. When he was approached by Potiphar's wife to have sex, he could have just said YOLO and gone to bed. But instead, he remained faithful to God, and God used him in that circumstance. I can't imagine how his life would have been completely different had he given into YOLO. The bottom line is this, guys. The phrase, you only live once, is actually true. We do only live once, but let's do so with godly wisdom. Let's live in a way where rather than YOLO spurring us to live recklessly, we live with eternity in mind, knowing we will stand before God one day and give him an account of how we lived, what we did with his time and his resources that he provided us with. The YOLO mentality breeds excuses of sin and foolishness, laziness and destruction. So let the testimony of your life be wisdom and intention rather than craziness and carelessness. Thank you guys so much. And as always, leave your comments or questions below. We'll see you next time.
If you want to learn more about this topic and many others, or about our cost-free stint internship, visit toddbecker.org/stint.